and welcome. Well, this week we have a beautiful bundle of flowers that is yellow and blue and orange, a really cool color combination that I think you'll enjoy. So I'm going to use 3 different vases and do one arrangement that's kind of a modern feel and the other one that has slightly more of a traditional feel. So do whatever you like at home. Again, I'm just going to show you what I would do with these flowers. So the first vase I have is a neat sort of horizontal shape. And what I'm going to try here is using some of my bear grass, about 3/4 of it, to create a design element inside the vase that has, again, sort of a modern feel. So here's what I'm trying. I'm going to take it in my hands, loop it, and see if I can then bind it with another piece of bear grass. Got one here. So you can also bind things with wire or tape. But right now I'm trying to use what I have here, which is the bear grass, and also because it's a natural element, so I think it's going to look cool. Wow, okay, this is kind of working. I'm going to put it down into the vase and try to tuck in my other ends here, like this. I think that's going to work. Cool, it's almost like a circle. Great. All right, then I'm going to take one of my sort of modern type of feeling flowers. This is called kangaroo paw. I love kangaroo paw because it's long lasting, it's really neat looking. It actually also resembles little kangaroo paws. I can't wait for you to see these up close. And I've seen it growing in Australia, where I did see a kangaroo too. So it's a really neat flower. And what we can do with it is separate it to sort of get the most out of it. So I'm going to trim it up right here, this joint, cut this down, and place one piece of it in. Then I'm going to cut off the lateral here. Oops. Set that down and save that for my mini arrangement, which is coming. Tuck this piece right into my vase. All right. And I have a whole other stem of it here, which I'm going to do the same thing. Trim here, cut off the bottom, stick it right in. All right, see, cut down here, and I think this, yeah, we'll trim this one off too. All right, neat. I'm gonna give it this one last cut, stick it into my vase. I'm sort of doing, again, a modern feel, sort of all to one side, so that's what I'm doing with these kangaroo paw. Now, the next flower is Leucadendron Gold Strike. I love this stuff because it's similar to kangaroo paw in that it's really long lasting, it's cool looking, and actually it grows in the same environment, so I think they work well together. I'm going to use 3 of them here and save my 4th one for my mini vase. So what I'm going to do is actually hold them together, cut them all down, and then slide off the leaves that are going to go below the water line so that it's a really nice clean finish. And then I think what I'll do is put them in the other way, okay, so sort of play off the shapes here. All right, let's see if this one will stay. Cool. All right, so now I have my modern style arrangement, and I'm going to set that off to the side. Okay. Then I have a tall rectangular vase where I'm also going to use the bear grass as a design element inside to hide the stems. I'm just not going to, try and make a real special shape. What I'll do is just take all the pieces I have left over and gather them in my hand and twirl them up here in sort of a tighter loop like this. Stick them down inside the vase so that they expand. Great. There we go. And then I'm going to put in my greenery, which is salal, or sometimes called lemon leaves. I love this greenery because it's also long-lasting, and it kind of has a beautiful shape like a tree or something. So I'm going to stick this in, trim it up a little bit, get it right into the base. letting it, you know, go as it wants to here as I set it in. All right. One last piece. If you get a little bit of what I call munch on the ends, like one of the, you know, some little creature has been eating the salal, just trim that bad piece off, okay? So sometimes it comes in like that, and all you have to do is trim it up. Great. Then, let's see, the flour I'm going to use next is Solidago. So this is a great flour because it sort of has a feathery feel. I'm going to just pull off any leaves that are going to be low down there because we don't need them. We have a salal, and I don't want it to go below the water line. Got one in there. And I've got two more pieces right here where I'm going to do the same thing, just pulling off the greenery, giving it a trim, sticking these guys in. I'm going to use 3 of them here and save my 4th for the last little mini arrangement. Great. Okay, then next up, Delphinium Vogelfrieden. I love this stuff. It's also, you know, commonly called electric blue. It's really this great vibrant blue flower. There aren't a lot of blue flowers, so this is a really fun one to use. And all I'm going to do here is trim it up and just stick it right into my vase. All right. Now I'm making this as sort of a one-side arrangement, so you look at it from the vantage point you see it. So it can go against a wall or someplace like that. There's the doorbell. It's lovely. I'm not going to answer that right now. The next thing I'll do is get my roses. Okay, so I've got my 2 flowers in here. Then I have 5 gorgeous Latina roses. I love these because they're big, open, have a really large petal count. They're just awesome. And I want to showcase them here in this arrangement. So I'm going to give them a trim, stick them in. If there's any thorns on them, you can just sort of cut them off or pop them off. And I'm going to stick them into my arrangement. Now, again, I'm making this one-sided, but you can absolutely make something that's called in the round so it can be seen from all sides. I just know where it's going to go in my house. So I'm going to get these here. I've got 2 more. Stick these in on the side. Kind of wanted this look to be almost a traditional in the sense that they sort of all go around. You know, sometimes it's fun to have things look, you know, going one way or the other, or perfectly spaced out in what we call sort of a Biedermeier look, and that's a little bit more what I'm going for here. And in fact, what I'll do as I'm talking about that is pull some of my Solidago forward. So sometimes when you're making an arrangement, you can change your mind as you go. All right, cool. I think that's good for now. I'm going to set that off to the side. Now, for my last little arrangement, what I'm going to do is take a few bits of my salal that are left over and put the leaves down inside the vase. So now I'm using the salal leaves as my, you know, design element to cover up the stems inside the vase. Then I'll take this piece of salal, and actually the top one has a munch in there, so I'm going to get that out. Trim this one down, stick it right into my vase like this, and I have one more little bit here. I'd already done that, so I'm going to trim this up and stick it down. All right. Then, for my last piece of Solidago, I'm pulling off the lateral pieces here, and I'm going to use these on their own, just like this. Now I can trim this piece down, stick it in. These guys I can cut up, and I can completely fill my vase with Solidago. Then I've got my baby kangaroo paws here that I had left over, and my 1 Leucodendron gold strike to go right in the center. I love these little mini vases because you can put them in the bathroom, bedside table, on a shelf somewhere. I just think it's fun to have, you know, spread the flowers throughout your home. So there you go. I hope you enjoy this bundle, and I thank you so much for being a subscriber.